Right then, it's Christmas time. It's Super 6 time. To celebrate this huge rollover, we're doing a little Super 6 Secret Santa, right? And the way this is going to work is myself, Boovie, and Rory have all filled out some Joker Super 6 scorecards for the weekend. Now, we've given these scorecards to somebody. Producer Jack has taken our predictions, our Joker predictions from us, and he's given them to myself, Rory, and Boovie. Now, Rory is going to read out the scores that have been predicted for him, as is Boovie, as am I. And then you have to guess who has given you those scores.
Easy.
All right?
Easy.
So, Rory,
Easy.
read out your
So I've been given Manchester City 0, Crystal Palace 3, Newcastle United 0, Fulham 7, Chelsea 1, Sheffield United 0, Burnley 4, Everton 4, West Ham 0, Wolves 5, Liverpool 7, Manchester United 7. I can easily deduce through the power of the brain.
The brain.
I know exactly.
Pinky and the brain.
Rain. Rain. Right, I know. I've got this.
Okay.
What are yours, Boovie?
I'll read out mine. So I've got Man City 3, Palace 0, Newcastle 1, Fulham 3, Chelsea 2, Sheffield United 3, Burnley 2, Everton 2, West Ham 2, Wolves 1, and Liverpool 5-0 against Manchester United.
See, I've got Manchester City 1, Crystal Palace 0, Newcastle 1, Fulham 2, Chelsea 4, Sheffield United 0, mental, Burnley 0, Everton 0, West Ham 0, Wolves 0, and Liverpool 0, Man United 7. You only get 5 points.
I've got an idea about this.
I know exactly.
Right? I think someone's trying to double bluff you with the Man City win, thinking that Boovie would go for a Man City win.
I know
I
exactly.
think something Roy would do that.
I think
He's trying to get in your head.
Yeah.
You just bottled
He's
it.
trying to get in your
You
head.
just
nothing.
exposed yourself.
No.
You just exposed yourself.
I think he's tried to do that.
No, but what you did was you picked
the
score.
power of the
and
double
then
bluff. You're not good
You
at
wanted to expose
Mate, no
your
wonder you haven't got a
cleverness.
Hendon mob.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is appalling.
He tried to triple check. He tried to the triple bluff. What it was
raise.
he wanted us to know how clever he is. But he didn't want it to.
It's nothing about my intelligence.
Gosh.
It's just a game, lads.
No,
Have a laugh.
I already think you're clever, Booth. You don't have any. You don't
No,
have
I
to prove
think
anything.
you're an intelligent man. I just don't think you've got a great power
But
of
based
bluffing.
off Boovie opening his mouth very quickly, I think Boovie did mine.
What do you mean?
That's what I mean.
Well, just expand.
By Boovie speaking immediately, I now think Adam did mine. By Boovie speaking now, I actually thought it was
Wait,
the
but
other way.
actually, according to Boovie's theory, I wouldn't put 7-7 Man United.
Yeah, I think that's the best. That's the most positive you could possibly think.
No, but I would have put Liverpool win, so you think it's not me.
No,
According to Boovie.
because you're not doing the re-raise with 7 dukes.
This is all turning into a bit of a thing about psychology now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Especially when you brought up the
Sigmund
psychology.
Freud would be proud of
You
us.
brought it up.
No,
you sort
I
of
was
went. You sort of went.
It was a conversation
with
starter.
monocle on.
Before you shut me down and brought up your Hendon mob for the 50th time in an hour, I was actually trying to have a little bit of a laugh for the clip. So I'm just suggesting maybe that you tried to double bluff Adam.
No, I think what you've done is you've just given the game away.
Maybe the producer's given our scores back to us.
No, you
Think about that.
I would.
You not
think
thought about that?
That Rory was trying to,
Yeah.
double bluff me.
Yeah.
But really, I know it's you.
It's so yeah. You gave the game away, mate.
We don't know. How do you know that?
I'm 100% sure that as a result, Adam did.
Huh?
Who done yours?
You. Adam.
Okay, they are final answers.
All right, thank you.
They are final answers.
They're final
Okay,
answers
so
like this.
you're suggesting Adam, I'm suggesting Adam, so we can't both be right.
And I'm suggesting Boovie.
Okay, what are the answers?
So, which one of yous are right, basically?
I know.
Rory nailed me. He went for the old double bluff trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 7-7. He's got my scores.
Yes.
I also given him a Chelsea 1-0 against Sheffield United.
You're trying to throw me off the scent, mate.
You're going to get 5 points for that.
You'll beat United, for God's sake.
Yeah. You tried to throw me off the scent, and obviously Boovie got it wrong because Boovie said that he was yours, but
Yeah.
I did Boovie's.
And who did
What are
mine?
you on about?
Who did mine?
That's it.
And who did mine?
Huh?
Who did my scores?
I don't know, mate. You asked me.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
I did yours.
You
I did.
got the phone in your hand.
Yeah, I did yours. Yeah, I did
I
yours.
don't know, mate. You're asking me.
Us
I'm
two
asking you.
us two got it right. I got it right. You got it right. You got it wrong.
This game's rubbish, isn't it?
Story of this game.
This game's rubbish.
You're mental, by the way, you know. Because you know when you
I love that you gave it away so badly. You gave it away so badly. Oh look, Rory's done a double bluff.
Where's the Christmas spirit from you guys, man? It's a laugh.
Christmas jumper.
That was amazing.
That is
Oh
true.
look, Rory's done a double bluff, Adam.
He exposed my double bluff with the Man United draw. Yeah. And I was like, what would
Do you know what? I was thinking it was the other way, and then you
Yeah.
spoke. I was like, oh, okay, Adam did one.
I know you did as well. I was annoyed, very annoyed.
Oh, did you really think it was moving at the
Yeah, at first.
I know you did as well. I know you did.
Not me as
I know.
well.
I twisted it around. I'm so dumb.
Where does Mohamed Salah rank in the all-time Premier League players list? Do you know the kindest thing? I reckon the easiest way to nail how highly I rate Mohamed Salah. And before we go any further, I know that you're going to try and bring up a wingers list that I was involved in upon this very channel. The wingers list that I wrote was
pre-92, did you?
no, it was a winger. It was a winger in the true sense of the word winger in terms of intention. So Mohamed Salah's intention is to score goals. Chris Waddle's intention was to get to the byline and whip it in. Therefore, I was comparing Mohamed Salah to goal scorers. I wasn't seeing him as a traditional winger.
That's not a
Ryan
position.
Giggs is a winger.
Goal scorer isn't a position.
No, but the
John
intention...
Terry was a great goal scorer. He's a
No,
centre
but
back.
the intention is to score goals, not to get to the
you
byline.
there.
A traditional winger's intention, Ryan Giggs' intention when he was a traditional winger was to get to the byline and whip it in.
Yeah, so his role as a winger is to cross. Salah's role as his winger is to cut inside and shoot and score.
Which
both wingers.
makes him, in my opinion, more comparable. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But
It's just your view of what a winger is, as opposed to making Mohamed Salah not a winger. He's still a winger.
My definition of that video was Mohamed Salah's intention is more in keeping with Ruud van Nistelrooy.
That's just a role change, then. It has nothing to do with
but
the label.
I'm just trying to explain
That
why
did
I...
change
No,
with
of course.
Like people stopping playing 4-4-2. Because the wingers he's on about had to track back a lot more.
Yeah.
Than say a.
There's just two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I left him off the list, and I don't want people to think that I left him off the list because I don't rate him, because I do, because I think, and this is the most generous you can say, forget the Premier League list. I think that he is now in a Liverpool all-time 11, and when you think about some of the greats that have played for Liverpool, the greatest goal scorers,
Ian
go
Rush.
right back. Well, yeah, you go right back, don't you? Roger Hunt, Ian St. John. You go right the way through the years. Obviously, they call him the king, Kenny Dalglish. Ian Rush, Peter Beardsley, right the way through to Torres, Suarez, Robbie Fowler, whatever. I don't care who you leave off. Salah's in that.
Yeah,
and there's
Salah's in that.
only basically room in the team for 2 or 3 goal scorers.
200 Liverpool goals, the Premier League title. He kind of brought the Premier League title to Liverpool for the first time in 31 years. You know, I think he gets into a Premier League all-time 11.
Does he? I think it's a definite argument.
Yeah.
I
don't
mean,
know if
he
he
wouldn't
gets-
be in mine. He wouldn't be in mine.
I don't
But
know.
I mean, I'm more of a 90s baby, I guess you could say. But
You've got to leave out some, like, it's hard enough
You're
doing a
always leaving out
Liverpool one.
greats.
Yeah.
I mean, no, he's on about just general Premier League.
If you did, that's what I'm saying. To do a Premier League one, you'll really leave
Yeah,
out.
you can't have Scholes, Gerrard.
I mean, I leave
loads of people
Shearer
get
out
left
as well,
out.
you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly.
No, but
There's 10 strikers, you can't have Drogba
No, but
in
what
there.
I mean is, you know, if you go, the top 3 strikers in the league are Shearer, Henry, Aguero. If you put Salah in, somebody massive is being left out.
Yeah.
You're probably having to leave out, I don't know what you're doing. Tell me, what are you doing?
There's only a few wingers he definitely will never surpass.
You know, okay, this is fair because we'll all have, us 3 here have got different Premier League 11s, right? And it'll be different in a month and it'll be different. It would have been different last month and all that. One thing though, if someone had him in their 11, you couldn't argue it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like if someone had him in their all-time Premier League 11, you couldn't go, that's just ridiculous.
And that's a big statement for him. That shows you how good he's been.
Yeah. Like
You know.
it's almost, there's no argument that can be made against him being put in one.
Yeah.
I don't think
That
it's
way,
an
if someone
argument.
puts Shearer in, I don't agree.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the greatest striker to play in the Premier League. But he's a top goal scorer. I can't argue.
Do you have 2 strikers in your all-time Premier League 11?
Sometimes I have a front 3, sometimes I have a front 2. Depends how I feel.
Because do you know who else I'd struggle to leave out of a Premier League 11 now? And like, basically, for years, I just had an easy answer. It was Rooney, Henry. Kind of easy. I'm finding the intrusion of like Harry Kane really difficult now because I feel like Kane has been such a brilliant Premier League striker. It's difficult to leave him out. But then people will argue, he didn't ever win it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't even know. But
But the wingers list feels even harder than the strikers list because Ronaldo has to be in for me.
But they're comparing, when you compare wingers, you're comparing Salah now more to
the Cristiano
strikers, aren't you? goal scorers.
So we'll do that. Are we doing that as a what?
No,
what
but I
is
just
the
want this is kind of
comparison that we're doing?
this is great because this is kind of like ratifying what I was.
Because back like 15 years ago, your Premier League all-time 11 would be in a 4-4-2.
Yeah, you'd have potentially
now
Beckham on one side, Pires on the other side.
To do a 4-3-3, right?
Yeah.
So then you're almost forced to leave certain players out.
Yeah.
But the one thing we can all agree on is Salah. There's no argument. Like if someone puts him in the list, you can't go, he shouldn't.
No. Leaving him out is like leaving Shearer out. It's as legitimate as leaving out Shearer. Yeah.
Yeah. Incredible player. 150 Premier League goals in 247 games.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And one of the best
And he always
single
seems to go under the radar
seasons.
now.
You know, if you just analyse that year, you know when he just didn't stop scoring. It's up there with Suarez. It's up there with Torres. It's up there with
I know they've had
the best
a
single
lot of
season you've ever seen.
players And a lot of individuals. Like Van Dijk looked like the cherry on the cake and he finally got them there. But is he their
No,
most
Salah.
important, is he their most important player? Yeah.
People say the keeper sometimes. People say Van Dijk sometimes. But for me, it's Salah. Like I think other people could play the centre half role. I don't think anyone else could do what Salah did.
And it's probably his last season in the Premier League.
I don't know, because I think the Saudi. You think it's Saudi?
I feel the Saudi thing's.
But he's
so
elevated
young.
himself. He's elevated since that Saudi offer came in, potential offer. He's got better.
Yeah.
I think he's
I don't
better
think
than
it
he's
has
ever been.
anything to do with how good he is. Look at Riyad Mahrez.
I think
but
it
the
will be there
interest
next
would've-
year. I think for Mohamed
exactly.
Salah,
The
he's
interest
so
would've
fit, he's
made him
scoring
plateau.
goals. Does he? But I don't know why he would go this summer coming.
He has achieved probably everything he wants to achieve.
Yeah, but he can still achieve.
He
can
strikes me as a
still-
hungry person.
He
Strikes
can.
me as a hungry person.
But
I think he wants to win 2 Champions Leagues, 3 Champions League. If he
Also,
will, I don't know.
do you think
but-
that he'd be looking at the Saudi league and the way that it's panned out? Like when it started about a year ago, it was like all noise and loads of fanfare. I saw Jordan Henderson playing in front of the same amount of people that were at my wedding.
that's true.
Do you think he'd kind of go, I still got Champions League football
I
in me,
think,
man?
but it might also be bigger for him being a Muslim. Going to Saudi, playing in the Arab world. That may be big to him as well.
I'm
Like,
sure
we don't
it
know
will.
how he feels
I'm
about that.
sure it will. The only point I'm making, and I've sadly never met Mohamed Salah, I would just suggest that he can do it in 12 months'
You
time.
can do it. You can do it. He's 40. He's fit enough.
you-
You can keep playing till he's 40 and do
yeah.
that.
Do you know
Certainly
when,
do it
like,
He's still got
next-
100 mil a year.
He's
in
only
his
got
Like when a
another
player
year.
wants to go, when a player goes, Rooney, for example, one day I'll go back to Everton. You can do that with that. But when it's what if you get injured and the money's not there no more?
Yeah.
Like for
With
us, like,
it's
we don't,
all
we're
about
not thinking
timing.
about the
It's all
money.
about timing. Yeah. I do agree with that. Like the opportunity doesn't. But in a year, things change, man. Things change. But I think it would be a real sad day when he leaves the Premier League. Like he is. I think whenever
I'll be happy because Liverpool will be.
I mean,
weaker.
no, in the way that I've found it slightly sad when Harry Kane. I don't want Harry Kane to score goals for Tottenham, obviously,
yeah,
but.
the league's weaker without him.
Yeah, the league is weaker, and they contribute massively to the Premier League,
when you
and
lose
ultimately
great
with football
managers,
lovers.
Mourinho,
Yeah, of course, the Premier League is a better place with Mourinho in it. The Premier League is a better place with Wenger in it. Doesn't mean I want to see Arsenal win the league, but
100%.
and I think Mohamed Salah is now in that club. Genuine, almost immediate inductee to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, 100%.
Agreed.
There's so many that aren't in there though, so we'll be waiting a long time till he gets in.
Agreed.
Yeah, 100%.